Dromo, good evening.
I'll be.
Grace is keeping us. No complaints.
Okay. Then your landlord, he come out you from your house or something because now we know they see you for Ghana. You don't get house for Ghana again.
Maybe there's a reason why now they boycott the show. No? I thought you said I could get you. No, I'm here. I'm right here.
Joe, you know they stay for this country.
But where are they? You don't be Ghana where they do the interview for right now.
Anytime, folks, man we take for Oberfred Joe Biano na onam Tanzania, na onam Kenya, onam Papua New Guinea. Is here at the gospel so open so everyone all the gospel ne ko.
Eya sempaka. Onse nyame say yem fanko iwiase afa ni.
Amen. Ado we mo say.
No. Instruction am I na mensu. Yem resu na edru say. E dey asem no be ko bibia.
Nice one.
No, but on a more serious note, that's what it truly is. And it's amazing how the same word that's a blessing to, let's say, the Ghanaian people, you find yourself in other parts of the world.
Yeah.
And it's received in the same vein because it's the same word, it's the same Holy Spirit, and it's the same God. So it's just beautiful.
Okay. This new guy, Kwekute, how did you discover this guy?
Oh, Kweku has been around for a while. I think I met Kweku a few years ago, and I fell in love with the kind of gift God had given him, and I thought, no, this guy carries something that can be a blessing to the world, and so I think I kept him close for a while until it was random though, because I had the song planned for a different arrangement,
It wasn't meant
but I
for
had
him.
in mind to feature Yal Sapon on this.
This song,
Yes.
Midanwo,
Yeah.
was supposed to feature Yao Sapon.
Originally, and so
How did Kwekute jump
but
on
the
there?
day, so we had programmed the song. Maybe we did it during the same time I did God of Miracle. Wind of Revival.
Yeah.
That was when we did it, 2019. So it was all part of a set of songs that within that year God had given us a theme. I think the year after, we had the Secret Place. So it was actually the following year, 2020, I think.
Okay.
So within that year, I wrote three different songs. No, I had written the songs, but I think I did it 20 after. So it was Famisie, Hide Me, and then this song. So they all came from, I wrote all of them by God's grace from Psalm 91. But I thought, okay, having all three songs with the same subject, same message.
Theme and all that.
So I decided to hold back Medano.
Yeah.
Because it also sounded different from all the others.
Okay.
And finally, when I decided to record, I was still thinking about it. I know, I was like, there will be other things I'll get to do. But then, Kweku just drop in my... And for me, normally, once that happens, I don't hesitate on it. I just take the move. Once I sense in my spirit, it's
the
and
voice
so
of God.
I called him. I was like, Kweku, there's this song I need to do, blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to the studio today. Are you
Just
busy?
like that?
He was like, oh, no. And then I sent him the song. No, it was a day before, so I sent him the song. Because like I told you, I had done a guide. So I sent it to him. And then the following day, he came to the house. We drove to the Ouija studio, and then we
Straight up.
we just...
You hit it. So
recorded.
which studio recorded this?
So Sharp did the programming, the main programming, and then I did together. So and then I called in Dominic to do the guitars. I made Bludo do the drum. That time I think Joe Wilson was also in town because I just wanted to do add different people to it to just bring different feel. And so Joe Wilson was in town. I dragged him also. So I dragged them to the studios myself just to be able to hear what we're doing.
Okay.
So I recorded. Bashar did the main thing. Bashar even came to my studio that day for us to do the rest of the tracking and everything. And then we had done the initial beaving, but because I kept it for a number of years, I just wanted fresh breath.
Okay.
So I called this young man, Naya. I said, I've already done it, but I just want to add a few things to it. And there's no time to gather my people. So I'll send it over to you. Just do it your side. And then that was
So
it.
who mastered and mixed it?
It was mixed by Danny. Danny Outlook. Is it Outlook? Yeah, Outlook Records.
Okay.
It's a sound house. They do mixing and stuff. So they did the mixing.
Okay.
But this time I made them master, both mix and master. Normally I master outside, but this time I just said he should just master this one.
I love just what you said. Normally you do what you
I master outside, yes.
Outside.
Yes.
Why do you pay so much attention to your sound?
Because the sound is important. You see, I think we're always in a hurry to clean up the stuff, and then you realize over time when quality of sound start changing, your work start becoming a problem. Like it's found wanting.
Yeah.
But these are like standard levels of mastering. So irrespective of over time, how like sometimes you can play a sound from the 60s or the 70s,
and
it still has
fresh
because it was well mastered.
Okay.
We really don't have any professional mastering studio in Ghana.
Yeah, okay.
Like no one has it. We all use the electronic systems to master. But when you go to a proper mastering studio, you'll be shocked. You ask yourself, all this system is just for mastering, not even mix. These guys don't mix. All they do is master.
Just master it.
So they put all the frequencies in the right place where it will stand the test of time. So even over time, I mean, there are systems now with a computer you can still do, which will still sound great, like this one. We didn't master outside, but sometimes once in a while when you put the two together, you still see the difference. So yeah.
Okay. Now, first of all, reason why I asked this, I mean, there's been so much attention on Ghana music now.
Okay.
And you are one name that I've sat on certain platforms that keeps resonating. Mettle sound. And there's been conversations on international platforms where our music will be celebrated. The Stellars, the Grammys, and all these areas. The mention of gospel from Ghana is also being talked about. And the moment they mention gospel from Ghana, the name I hear is Mettle. Joe, are you paying particular attention to your sound because you're expecting some form of traction from these world platforms like the Stellars and the Grammys, that conversations on Ghana music are taking place right now?
I do pay attention to the sound. That I do pay attention, but I would tell you it's not because of those that I pay attention to. I think as an individual, because I got the opportunity to first walk through the main music even before deciding to go into the singing and everything, I like to hear good sound. It's very important. It's part of the reason we invest so much into making sure that the systems that will give us the output we require. Because, many times people talk about good sound, but then they forget the capture. Because that's where the problem always is. If you capture, we call it, we always say garbage in, garbage out. If you capture a terrible system, no matter how hard whoever is engineering will try, there's but a little they can do than when you capture it right. And so I'm very cautious. I like good sound. And so that's basically why I do it. There's a saying that sometimes people might not necessarily get to hear the full song.
Yeah.
It's the quality of the sound that they hear first.
Yeah.
Even before they decide to hear the song.
Okay.
So by the time the intro plays and the output, the clarity of everything, would like, let me just hear what is about to play.
Yeah.
The same way the opposite is the case.
Switch to the other song.
You realize there are times you're about to play a song. The moment the intro starts playing, you skip. You don't even take your time to hear the song. But the first thing that you hear turns you off to say, let me just hear the next one. Meanwhile, the song might have been a beautiful song. Okay. So everything matters. So for me, normally I tell people will tell you, it's because of resources. So I say, if it's only one you can have resources for, do one. I don't know where we learned this whole, I have to have an album. No, you don't have to. If the resources you have is enough for one song,
record,
put your best in it.
And do it.
Do it well. Because you see, like I said, the sound will matter. The production will matter. Everything else will matter. You understand?
I understand.
You see, that's not Nasi saying. The word is matter. Now, if you hear what here, Nana is here. In fact, once you're talking about sound, nothing will tell you. Sometimes, how much money they put in preamps to be able to capture a certain quality of sound.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day we started with the X32.
Yeah.
In fact, we started with consoles way before X32 anyway. Then we started X32 because all of a sudden that's one of the digital but slightly affordable console.
Slightly affordable.
We moved. They said no. Now
I just said no more ding.
Bema. Then we moved from that time to Midas, and then people started saying you need extra preamps to be able to give you
the kind of quality.
And then we on and on and on. Right now we get to because we use a Digico, which sometimes gives us a bit of an updated, even with the whole other extra pre, like you don't even want.
Okay.
And sometimes small item, small like that. And it's like $6,000 to be able to get you
the sound.
Meanwhile, we connect 4 channels and not 3 channels.
Can you imagine?
Also, who best 75 channels.
Anyway, Ninja Mibisa way no. Just because for our music to be able to, cross borders and match up with what the international platform.
It needs to be on a particular standard.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it needs to be.
Fortunately, Ghana is on the spotlight. You are doing well, Joe. I really appreciate the fact that you are paying attention to your sound. And so we'll be fortunate that one day, we could have some recognition from these international platforms. Like Grammys has come out and spotlight is on Ghana, where our Afrobeat, our hip-hop, which they call drill, and the high life, gospel is missing. Are you the sole person doing this? Are you disappointed that, you are the sole person doing this?
My mind is not even there to even say.
Yeah.
You see, these are schemes. And when they have gospel categories.
Yeah,
in the
Grammys are. Yeah.
But you see, like you said, the Grammys many times is predominantly American. It is not only, I didn't say just America.
Okay.
So you see that now there are categories being created for Africa.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if it has to be infused, it's the whole scheme that needs to be allowed to be entered into. But you see, they're creating just for, and look at the size of Africa. You think one category can fit the whole Africa with the variety of sounds coming from Africa?
Yeah.
So it will take time. They are now even accepting Africa, not to talk about genres.
Okay.
Do you understand? So if we want to start why this one is not there, it will take us a whole year to discuss. So I think that it's a beginning.
Okay.
That now it's opening up to even Africa to start with.
Okay.
So imagine unless maybe it's also gospel Afrobeat, where they would take the gospel out and just say Afrobeat.
Okay.
And you have to, so it's now the whole Africa contesting for one category, one pair. It's not enough. So let's not even.
That's not good.
It's not necessary.
That's not good. My last question before we go on the show. Yeah. Listen, people are talking. Joe, after you picked your overall artist of the year in Ghana, Vodafone Ghana Music Awards, Ibisa Joe, what is going on? Because year upon year after you picked it, we've been here where Sarkodie has picked 3 times back to back.
Yeah.
Joe, ubi kwai mayeng. I feel just say you.
They're no.
What's happening to Joe Mettle?
Yeah, those. What is happening to me?
Yeah.
With the award or with the art?
No, that's overall.
No. So you need to clarify your question.
Yeah.
And then they'll make bao bapa.
No,
but the most serious. Okay. Let's differentiate the two.
Yeah.
Are you asking the question with the music or you're asking the question with the award? Because I have 2 different answers for both.
Okay, answer me for the award. I asked for
the award.
No,
for the award. No.
After you picked your overall artist of the year,
what's up with the rest?
What's up with the rest?
Oh.
Because you know how okay.
I think after you pick the overall artist, what again do you want again? What you want to pick again?
Oh, so that's it.
If it's like I'm telling you, if it comes, fine. But I don't think I'm working towards it.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
But I think I don't think I'm working towards it.
Okay.
I don't. It's not a priority for me right now.
Did you ask the scheme
to take my name out?
To take your name out?
I asked, but they won't mind me.
Why?
Whenever I do that, then the people I have other scientists in my own camp. Then they will go and file the thing again.
Okay. So why do you consistently? Because this is the second time I've heard that.
You're asking me.
You've told the scheme to take your. What is the reason behind it?
I think it's like you said. There's too much going on for me right now, where focus is diverted to a lot of stuff. When award schemes nominate you, there's the expectation to promote, to push, to tell people to vote, to do all those things, which I'm not able to do right now. So normally it makes it look like I didn't know. Do you understand? So sometimes just to save that, that's why I was asking that I just have a few stuff going on. So if I can be exempted just for a bit, so I don't want it to feel like you don't appreciate the people's hard work in appreciating what you do. Does that make sense? Okay. And I really do feel that it's appreciated, but then I need to reciprocate it. And many times I'm not able to in my many moves that, because there are a few things I've put my mind on that I'm trying to get done. And so it's not allowing me to be able to put myself in that award. Because award scheme requires a lot of time and a lot of effort. Like all these promotions, you have to go places, tell people to vote, share. It's becoming difficult right now. I'm just saying this season of my life right now and my ministry. That's why.
You're not concentrated on that.
Exactly. So you've realized that for the past 3 years or so, it comes, but I'm not able to properly push it.
Okay.
It's always there. Sometimes people...
It's not that what's the other, but as a concentration need more. Okay.
I cry, you know.
Okay.
Okay. You know.
All right. Well said. Joe, how many events do you have in a year? I mean, your main calendar events. What
my main calendar events are three.
Namely
the Praise Reloaded, which we normally do in June.
Yeah.
Love Gift, which is our outreach event. And then Christmas with Mettle. These are the main ones. And then in between them, we have also the high school outreaches.
Okay.
But those ones, I don't call them events. It's just we get access to the high schools. We move, we go, you know. So I would say main stuff that we put a lot of resource and effort in is these three.
Is these three?
Yes.
Would you say they generate the requisite revenue for you?
Revenue?
Yes.
No, I don't think events generate revenue. Anyone who tells you event generates revenue is not true. I mean, I don't know about this. So the only way you can say event generate revenue is when all the bills about the event is already paid by sponsors. Then tickets proceeds becomes revenue.
Yes.
But not the kind of events I run.
Asking you. I mean, the events you run,
no.
You don't generate revenue, you don't have sponsors?
You get sponsors that gives you discounts on some of the stuff that you have to pay a lot for.
Are you disappointed that corporate Ghana doesn't pay attention to you guys?
I won't say that because I don't know what's going on with them. See, everywhere make tight.
No, but don't say that.
I'll say that.
No, other artists are getting
it.
So you can't sit and say that everywhere make tight. The
though.
Same tight situation. Same millions of CDs are being given to other artists. Why is Joe Mettle, a top class artist in Ghana, not getting corporate Ghana sponsor your events? Because it's well patronized and well subscribed. So
the fact that an artist has sponsors written on a flyer sometimes does not always necessarily means they're getting it. Do you understand? There are times that you see the plenty logos, but
the affiliation, no problem.
Those ones, the kind of productions were, and also because we do live music and stuff. Sometimes I think there are times that the budget scared the companies. I'm not going to lie. There was a time...
The budget you take to the corporate institutions
there are times they are like, hey, now your gospel, I can't... There are, sometimes it's not fair when they see... Because they're assuming that higher gospel there, but gospel is actually not the secular. Okay. Gospel is more expensive because you do live. As I speak to you, today is Monday. Today is Sunday. Yeah. We have a concert on Sunday. We are rigging today.
7 days to go.
Exactly. There's rigging going on. So imagine how many people would want to put together costs of number of days for rigging. So the kind of sponsorship we get are, if you are fortunate, people who would say, normally you have to spend this, but it's okay. We probably will charge you for just 2 days instead of all the number of days. Or we will just ask you to. So, but this year, fortunately, we got a few people coming to our aid for that. A company like Silicon House. Silicon House is holding us big time, you know, and kudos to Silicon House for making our work easy. Because the kind of setup we're doing and what they are bringing on board, I don't think we would have spent a ton of money to do it. Okay. Africa World, on the other hand, same way. Okay. To make sure that some of our guests are flying in, not at the kind of cost that we need to. Okay. And these are, you know, some of the stuff. But the rest there you will pay. Okay. Over to Yaka, Papa.
How do you make your money?
How do I make
where do you make your money? Like where is it from? Where's the money
that's
from?
A very good question. Yeah. I think that is something that has been bothering people. I've had somebody come to my concert literally and sit down and say, I think, and when I say this, people think it's a cliche, but it's not. I believe that God provides for me.
Joe Mettle.
No. I know what I'm saying, and I'm sure that you might think that but God does provide for me. I'll tell you why. There are many times, even me, sometimes I don't know how that happens. But by the time we need it, some way, somehow, it comes through.
From where?
Sometimes from people. Individuals. I'll tell you, I mean, and I don't know if it will be a concert, but I met someone randomly. I was going somewhere. And the person met me and said, hey, you there here? How far? It's been a while. I said, yeah. He said, but you cry, I'll give you some check. I haven't asked him anything. I said, is your program not next week? I said, yes, sir. He said, no, I'm traveling. I'll be back on this day. Give me a call. I'll come to the office. I need to sow a seed into the event. It's done. You think that it's what I did, God would have laid this on his heart. So these things are not clear. God, when he sends you, he would put, and all these years, for the past, last year we thought it was the 10th year. We did a calculation properly. We realized last year was the 11th year. So for the past 12 years, we've been running Praise Reloaded. For the past 12 years. And till date, I don't know who would say that we are owing them. If there's anybody I owe, maybe it probably might be my people. But outside my people, it doesn't mean that
Luigi,
I don't take care of my people. I guess you paying with you. I don't pay. Okay. No, I'm the only. So this is the thing. Okay. Many times I would prefer that I'm the only one left out, because I know how I deal with God when it comes to stuff like that. If I don't mind clearing everything in my account to do it. You see, the whole thing is a covenant I have with God. So I've had people ask me every time, and I'm saying, okay. Because it goes beyond their whole share. Okay. Because by the time I'm done, you see, you ask me sometimes, how do you, most of these things are part of my covenant I have with God. Nti bo say won tia say me so a bibia na o ma me de be program de wan ka hwe. Nti all of a sudden who say obiebie kwan a won so tia say, because God knows that when he does it, I won't keep it to myself. I'll bring it back and honor him with it. Okay. So each time I'll tell God, when we are done, I say, God, the one you gave me is finished. Okay. So I can't keep going if more doesn't come. And over the years, I've seen God over and over create opportunities and make way for us that, it's hard to explain. And so I can tell you
the event is coming up when?
Sunday, this coming Sunday. Praise Reloaded. We just had Kumasi. Week. Kumasi was a blast. It was a great blessing.
I heard.
And we can't wait for what God is about to do this Sunday.
What the ticket need be buy, ma? Me de be my TF1 now.
Yeah, member of 5 tickets for with you.
5 tickets.
Yeah.
Now see beton am into there. Don't worry. We pay na see transfer beton am.
No, yeah, they check with you for.
No, na make us beton am TF1 na my. What they chomo? Me ton ajiska. Enti
into the only my idea check.
The crow we move. Hi she. Joe. Next week Sunday, venue time.
Next week Sunday, 5 p.m. sharp, Royal House Oil Dome. I'm a new auditorium no. Okay. Oil Dome. Obechabi Lante Seka Hona.
Ubet me afele there.
Nyame adom. Eya dom na yedi ejuman. Ya afele kra. Ngusanse beba. Die besi biano. Tio. Yeah, the name maybe Nyame adwin yedi ejuman. No, I think we worry too much about certain things. Okay. The say yeah. Say nyame say the nyame bi ha me okay o. Okay. Because ene ye ndu obi aka. The ndu obi aka de ye. No, enyu nyam na ebeko nyame ho 5 p.m. sharp. 5. Oil Dome. Okay. Koso. Okay. Tickets 60 Ghana cedis, standard Ghana tickets, cedis. 100 Ghana cedis double, some you tour, and then VIP. 150 Ghana cedis VIP.
Be weighing.
Hey, what be some?
Yes, airport shell.
Oh, I'm partially reading my.
Yes, back to na total. Into more spring test road, no, Mr. Back to na total.
We've made an arrangement for Obia, most of the areas.
Osu, very vantage points. Yeah. Dansoman. Wow. Okay, Tema, Community 9 Shell. J-Ray, or they want to be Grand Company. Nalem Shop, and a Hachu Shell. Okay, what about right now? Yeah, but in addition to that, baby, you don't want to move. Just go on www.joemetalmusic.com. www.joemetalmusic.com. Wait till me to take it all. What to be the Momo to?
Easy. Okay. And now per cram way. Just dial star 725 star 5050 hash.
Star 725 star
5050 hash.
50 hash.
Direct. So maybe I only like a phone in your internet phone. Just dial this. A bit direct you straight. You can get tickets there. Okay. In addition to that, if you happen to maybe you ever say online, I'll be now a brochure and maybe I want to mean to Makra.
Yeah.
We have online tickets, live streaming.
Okay.
And anybody who's joined our live streaming will tell you.
Okay.
We take time, we concentrate on that, create a whole system where we are joining live like you are in the room.
Yo.
So you can get tickets
Okay.
for those ones too.
Mate.
Yeah.
Maybe sorry ko. Now.
Menko, two boy, na se me wie, aka 2 minutes.
And you omri ni ko.
Menko.
Opa me. Yeah, ko.
Me be use mic no tubo. Enya menko na me ba men kan asem me wie. O ma men wie.
Yeah, kase brakra na betra nka Jumeto unam Tarzan.
Me na me yi Tarzan e dro. Ene wonne. Hey!
He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High, he shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Mesi Yehowa se me gwan kopi ani mabanka sine wo.
89.7 Max FM.
Tabia.